Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, as I said on my Snapchat, I'm going to be doing a Halloween inspired vampire makeup look. So I am going to be going as a vampire this year, and I figured why not just before Halloween show you how I'm going to do mine, or at least hopefully do mine, and give you some, I'm not great at makeup, but give you some tips on what I've found is actually better to do than what I used to do. So yeah, let's get started. So first, I always use moisturiser because I can get really oily skin, like especially like here and on the T-zone and stuff like that. So I use this simple, simple kind of skin hydrating light moisturiser. 12-hour works for 12 hours so that it can for a long time, and I like this one because it's got vitamins and stuff in it. So yeah, I do that. That's the moisturiser. And then next I use Healthy Skin Harmony Light Ivory SPF 20 foundation, Max Factor. I used to use BB cream mainly, but this one is quite light, so it looks more natural than like a thick foundation. But if you're going to use a foundation, use lighter than your skin for this look, because as I said, they're lighter than usual. And so then I've got a beauty sponge that's slightly damp so that it can work as a sponge rather than just caking it on, and just put that on the face. I'm going to use the corner of the beauty sponge. If you don't know that already, most of you will know. I recently found out that it's good to, it might sound weird, but blend it into the hairline. It makes it look more natural. So I've been having some technical difficulties and it cut off before I got to this stage, but I'm just still using that BB cream, and I was just saying that you can use concealer. I just don't have a concealer, and you put it like this on your nose and any blemishes, and then you just blot it in. Because it's a little lighter down here for vampires, you do a little bit along the cheekbones and across the top of the head. So you've done the foundation, the concealer slash light BB cream slash foundation. Next, what I do anyway, is I use a lot of Rimmel. So Rimmel London, it's Insta Fix and Matte translucent powder, and I got translucent, or you can get white, because for this look you need to look whiter. And I've got Jack Wills brushes, so I use just a fluffy brush, and you just to make it even whiter, you get the brush again and you just put it on at the T-zone areas, so the eyes as well. Use it on the nose, the forehead, there, So as you can see, it's looking slightly whiter than you'd usually. I know the light's not great, but hopefully you can see that that's slightly whiter. And then what I do is I've got the Missguided Too Legit contour kit. So it looks like that, and there is two different. I usually use this one, but I'm going to use this one because they have, vampires have quite a strong contour, so I use that one for this look. And I also I got new brushes, so I use the thin, well not thin, but thinner fluffy brush for this. So it's the Da Bomb colour. I use City Colour Collection. Can you see that? Right. Shimmer highlight. Oh, this is made in Canada. But yes, I was trying to look at where I got this, but I can't remember. And then usually I'll use a slightly slanted one so that it goes down slightly, so that it's angled. But I think that has gone somewhere, so I'll find that later, but I can just use this one for now. A flat topped brush, so completely flat on the top. Don't know what I had on that last, but then I use the Da Bomb stuff again just to contour the nose slightly. And then you take my setting powder again, take that on the same brush and just lighten up the nose and under the eyes. So that's just reapplying. You can use white face paint. I saw a tutorial with white face paint, but I don't have face paint because I figured just use makeup. And then on the top again. On camera this is going to look really white, I think, but once you've done the eyeshadow, it not brightens it up, but like makes it look more how you want it to look. And then I was forgetting something. Yeah, you use your, I'm using the eye primer Revlon Photo Ready, well Revlon Photo Ready eye primer, and it comes in a bottle and a pen, and you just use that along the cheekbones again. And you just put it in a line on each side and go back to your beauty sponge and blot it. This is going to be a long tutorial, but bear with me. I will speed up some bits to make it less. So make sure that that's all blended in. And that is completely your face done. Unless you want to make it whiter, you can make it whiter, but if you want to make it like ghostly white, then do that. But I'm doing a more it looks really, my nose looks really white on camera, but trust me, it's not. And if you want it to make it more ghostly look, then make it, by all means make it more white, but I'm making it more like modern vampire look. I'm not like dressing up properly, I'm just wearing a skirt and black crop top. So it works better with how I'm doing it. So if you want to make it look more scary, then this isn't probably the look you want to go for. This isn't really scary as such. So next I'm moving on to my eyeshadow, and I use the Sleek Makeup Eye Divine Mineral Based Eyeshadow Palette. And my nails aren't great, but I use this palette. And for today I'm going to be mainly using this red and then a different eyeshadow palette with a black and possibly, and yeah, some of this brown, and then shimmer for the inside of the eye. So first what I do is I take a flat brush it's flat but it's quite long. I don't know what they're called, to be honest. It's just a flat brush, I think. And I take this nude colour. You can see it's nude. So it's this one, third one along, brown next to it. Well, browny bronze. And you take that and you just use that as the base. Cover the eye with that. And then you grab a domed brush. So it will work better when I get a new one. So you get the domed brush, completely cylinder with a dome on the top, and you use this brown here at the top, and you just get a bit of that, and I'm going to use the mirror, but you put it in the corner of the eye in circular motion. You blend that in, and then into the upper crease. It has to be the upper, because otherwise it doesn't leave enough eyelid left to use, unless you've got bigger eyes than me, which is fair enough. And then all the way over. Right, so I've done both eyes, as you can see, and you can make that darker if you want, but for my skin tone, just blending it in slightly is enough. And then what you do is you take a different flat brush. I think it might be up here. No. So take, if I can find, yeah, that. No. This one. Right. You take a smaller flat brush and you take your red. So you go straight into your red, and what you do is you take quite a lot of this, it's quite glittery red, and you put it in the rest of the eye. So you've got the, doesn't matter if it's slightly wonky, because you won't see it when you've got your eyes open, so that it's brown on the outsides and red on the insides. And you're not done yet. Next, no, not a dome brush, a flat brush. So another flat brush, but it's got to be a different flat brush, because now you're going to use black, and you don't want to mix black with a different brush. I always use the same brush for black. And I'm using the GWA London Smoky 12 eyeshadow palette, shimmer eyeshadow. So I got this from Savers actually, because I needed to use it. I can't remember what I needed to use it for. There was something I really needed eyeshadow for, and I didn't have any because my sister had stolen mine. So this one's really good though. I got this from Savers for £2, but I find that actually this one's better than some of my other eyeshadows that cost more. And you just get a little bit of black on the tip, but don't get too much, and definitely do not get it on the flat part, because you want to use it on the outer corner, and you just blend that upwards into the crease and inwards. And just blend that into the red as well, giving you a smoky look. And it depends how black that you want it. If you want it really black, like I did it darker yesterday, I'm going to do it quite dark. Then just keep adding until you feel like you've got enough. And I also added a bit into the crease yesterday to define the brown slightly more. So that's your eye. I'm going to do the other one and I'm going to speed it up so that you don't have to watch me. That's your eye, not done, but the base, like main structure of it done. So then what you do is you get your eyeliner. Now I'm awful at eyeliner, and I mean terrible at eyeliner. I don't know whether I've got, yeah, sharpener. You need to make sure, I use a pencil because I feel like it's more matte. I've got a liquid, but this one is not great because it slides away from the brush, so there's like always like a white line in the middle, and I think it's weird, but I got that one for free, my sister gave it me. So I use this pencil, but this is blunt at the moment. You need to make sure that it's sharp enough, not sharp, but sharp enough so that you can do a flick. That's good, decent. So you do it a bit like that, and I don't know whether I'm going to do the other eye because it will take forever. Should I do the other eye? I'll do the other eye, and sometimes what I can do is I use doesn't have to be perfect because again it's a Halloween look. That one's better, but anyway, so that's what you're going for, like a flick upwards rather than across. And then what you want to do is grab a fluffy brush, so an unused fluffy brush, eyeshadow, and just blend the black from the eye slightly, and then you might want to get your black brush again and just go right up to the flick. Like that. So then, this is going to be a really long video, but I promise you I will cut bits out. You get your black again and you just line the lower evil, I guess. Not evil, but I don't know what the word is, but anyway. So that's your, like, mainly the eye. And then brush again. I think I had another one. Yeah, right. So I got a flat topped. There's still stuff in this from when I did it yesterday. You get that and you just see what I mean? So just smudge it very slightly. And then, I can't remember if I did this, grabbing the red again and putting it on a little fluffy brush. I've got this fluffy brush, and then putting it I remember getting a copper, I can't remember, think it's that one. And you get the copper colour at the top and just continue. And you can leave that out if you just want it to be purely like sexy vampire or similar, but that makes it look a little bit more like vampire-ish, if that's a word. And then I use the Colossal Go Extreme Leather Black Volume Express Maybelline New York mascara. Your main eyes, most of your eyes done. I don't know why I keep putting them back, but that's pretty much your eyes done. I'm going to use contacts when I actually, for the actual look, I'm using a brand called Coloured Contacts, and I'm using grey. So if you can see it, they're grey, but I need to soak them in some sort of solution for a while, so I'm not going to put them in now to make my eyes look grey. I was going to use fangs, but I forgot that I have braces, which is great. So I still have a pair of fangs for next year. So probably going as a vampire again next year, or I don't know, I haven't thought about it. I could go with something else with fangs, whatever else has fangs, I don't know. And so yeah, I'm rambling now. But anyway, go back to your sleek makeup kit and take this shimmer that I told you about before. You can see it there. And you take, this time you take a smaller brush. So a flat small brush. You just take that and put it. Just leave it shimmery as it is. And then, so that's your eyes done. You can put more black, or you can put some black in the waterline, but this is just how I do it. So next, what you're going to do is you do your eyebrows. Now, I don't know where the lid. I have this Prestige Ultimate Brow Definer in the colour Black Brown, and it's like a wand at the top and then pencil, and you want to block your eyebrows thin, like you do a thin block rather than a thick block. You do that, and you want it to be really dark, and then you can just use your wand to make it look, well, I mean, I would say natural, but it's not going to look natural because I wouldn't usually make it this dark. You can also, if you've got darker hair, make it black, or just go with the shape of your eyebrows. Mine just curve down, so I just do it like that. But ideally, it needs to be up and then point so that it's really defined. But that is my eyebrows, that's what they look like, so that's how I do them. And then you can do you can leave it there, and you can put some red lipstick on. I've got a red lipstick, Max Factor Cherry Kiss red lipstick, or I've got some red lipstick, but that's the red lipstick. You can put that on, but I don't really suit red because it makes my lip look really thin, and they are thin already, so I'd rather not make them look thinner. But before I do that, I use, it's called Refresh and Refresh and Prep Skin Energizing Spray from New Look, and that brightens it, and also helps it to last. It's not such a setting spray, but I found that it makes it last longer if you use that. Next, so lips. I have Dragonstar Velour liquid lipstick. I don't really like the consistency of this lipstick because it's really sticky. I don't know why it's incredibly sticky, but it is a bit like glue. And so I put lip balm on first, and I'm just using balmy lip balm, but you can just use whatever. And this is a brown colour, but just use whichever sort of brown or darker colour that suit you. This is the colour that appears to suit me best. Okay, what's also not good about this lipstick is it goes really cakey really quickly. Because it's sticky, when you close your lips, it pulls it off, sort of thing. But I quite like the colour, so wait for that to dry, and then I put on top some of Melted Matte Too Faced Long Wear Lipstick, pink colour, and it goes on really light, so I never use it on its own, but if you just wait for that to dry, yeah, that dries quite quick, and then you put this on top. You don't have to put it on top, it's just, I find that if you put it in the middle, it contours the lips. So again, wait for that to dry, and then because it's very dry lipstick, I put on top Lip Luster from 17. It's from the 17 magazine, and I don't know, Boots Nottingham, so you can get it in Boots, I think. And it's just, it comes in a little kit, so along with like these colours, and for example it comes with a purple, and you just put that, it's a clearish colour, it's like a light pink. And that is the base of your lips. Now if you're going to use the same stuff as me, it's quite cheap, but they're very sticky, as I said, so your lips sort of stick together, and you don't want to, it comes off easily. If you eat something, it will come off straight away almost. So I'd say this is just for decoration purposes, so it will come off later on in the night. If you want to wear something that's going to stay on, I'd say that this red stays on, or even just this lip gloss on its own stays on, but don't expect it just to stay all day. And then what I do is I get my eyeliner again, and I use this as a lip liner for Halloween. It's Kohl Design Waterproof Eye Pencil by Wowzhou. I don't know how to pronounce that. Wowzhou, something like that. And I've used this quite a lot, that's why it's so small. And you just line really thinly. Now you can just leave that without the black, but I find that it looks better with it. And then you can just, after you put the black on, what I do is I just take this and basically do that. So make the black less obvious. Now I'd use a brown lip liner if I had one, instead of a black eye pencil, because the black